Theater of the Mind Flip.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Flayer, a D&D play podcast set in the homebrewed world of Jekyll. We've got 2 DMs for some reason, which can only mean twice the fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at
Theater of the Mind Flip.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Flayer, as Luke blocks his ear as I do that.
That was pretty loud. That one was louder than the rest, I think.
I just sound a little like, oi.
We are your hootie tooties and your patootie. This is Jacob Machin. That's Caleb Dowdall.
Hello, hello, hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good. How are you, Jake?
I'm not too bad, thank
That's
you. I
good.
watched Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very bleak and very gives me the existencies, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's good.
What did you think of like the old age rural Ireland? Like, did you?
It's beautiful. I was like, that's...
It actually is a very beautiful film, isn't it? The location
I don't know
they got
where
is great.
I don't know where they shot it,
Yeah.
but wherever they did, it was beautiful.
I think it might. We were discussing this earlier. I think it actually might have been up north somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Maybe up the top of the island. Yeah,
It's
but
probably
very
in
beautiful.
Ireland,
It was
right?
probably in the UK, to be honest.
It probably was.
Okay, you're listening to these absolute fuckheads, Luke Sykes.
What up?
Hercules Mays, who was not a fuckhead. Michael Briganti, who is a
Hello.
burgeoning fuckhead. Daelyn Lester-Serafini, who has fuckheadity about her.
Amazing.
An air.
And Danielle Butlin, who is...
Hi.
It's your anniversary. It's your anniversary.
Don't wanna... There's a bit of fuckhead there. I'm sorry. We are your happy friends. A couple of us went and watched our dear friend Daelyn do some improvised Shakespeare last night.
That was pretty fun. I had a good time.
Good. One of us had to.
Yeah, you know.
You look like you were having fun. We were just like, that was very good, very funny, very silly. Did a Shakespearean tragedy.
Everyone died at the end.
Everyone died at the end.
It was great. It's my
Everyone.
favorite
The ending.
part.
I spoiled it for Michael. I was like, yeah, so the formula is just as long as everyone dies at the end, they're good.
Yeah.
And then at the end,
Literally
he looked
it.
across and he's like, everyone died at the
Actually,
end.
you know what? You know who I think didn't die?
Yeah.
The crows.
Yep. No, the
And
crow.
No, they did. That whole battle is your classic battle
Oh,
scene.
okay. They all
Everyone
died.
dying.
I
Everyone
think,
killing
yeah,
each
no,
other.
yeah.
too
I
into
think
that
they were,
to
I think
himself.
metaphorically they all
Okay, they all died.
all
Yeah,
died. But,
Metaphorically.
yeah.
What a cop out. He didn't die metaphorically, he said. Inside, he's very sad right now. It's the same.
He's dead to me.
I always love finding out how I'm going to die, you know, like, because usually, I don't know, my characters tend to get killed by other people. I don't tend
There's
to
an
finish
alarming amount of improvised Shakespeare that ends in stabbings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just the quickest way.
It's the best
It's
way.
like,
Just be like,
when in
"Ha!"
doubt, stab them.
Yeah.
It's it. Accept
That's
it. They're gone.
But how'd you feel?
It was good. It was nice. It was the first time I've performed improv in like 3.5 years in front of people, not just in my bathroom alone. So it was nice.
You do improv in your bathroom alone?
Oh yeah, like
Shakespearean
while
improv?
I'm like brushing
Yeah.
my teeth.
It'd be better than having people in your bathroom. Well,
It's
It's a hit venue these days.
It's a choice. It's a choice.
Can you imagine? That'll be my solo show. I'll sell tickets. People just sitting in my bathtub.
I mean, it's an OnlyFans that probably isn't out there.
It's true.
On top
There's
market,
the
yeah.
market.
There's your
I was
market.
looking
Improv on
for.
OnlyFans. OnlyFans improv.
If I've already got feet pics up on the internet, what can be worse?
Have you actually got feet pics up on the internet?
I would-
Caleb, stop typing. Stop typing.
It's okay. We'll put it up on
check-
socials later.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, that's a Patreon thing for sure.
yeah, you gotta
we're not,
subscribe for
we're not
that.
giving that out for free.
But honestly, when I heard how much money you can make,
Yeah.
I paused. I was
Depends
like,
on the feet. Depends on the feet.
it's
Got,
true.
I got hobbit feet.
I
so.
don't know if I have good
I'm
enough
sure there's a
feet.
market for that.
Oh yeah.
They're probably actually, yeah, it's probably better than normal feet, to be honest.
Your hobbit feet.
You
big
fucking
and
northering
mud.
nerds. Show me your toes.
Says the one who watched 12 hours of Lord of the Rings in a go in a movie theater.
Yeah, but there was nothing
ago.
sexual about it.
How hard did your wee get watching the toes? Anyway, why don't we get some hard wee-wees with some trivia treats?
Welcome to this week's episode of Trivia Treats.
This is tasty.
What types of damage disable troll regeneration?
Cancelling their internet?
Fire.
That is one, yes.
Oh, there's more than one.
Also,
There's
acid. Acid, yeah.
Acid.
I'll give you guys a half point each. Although I feel like maybe Hercules, you were probably on it, were you?
I was waiting for a discussion to happen first because there's always usually like a discussion and a back and forth. And
Those
we all went
idiots
silent.
try to figure it out, and then you can swoop in.
I mean,
No, I heard that.
Hercules has like needs like a 1 minute what do you call it? Handicap.
Oh,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Stay
30
silent
seconds.
So
for 1 minute.
if you're fighting a troll at the start of their turn, they will recover 10 HP.
Okay.
So-
don't give shit away, man.
And so guess what? We're not fighting in this campaign.
But yeah, so
I see fire, but why acid?
because it also burns. Because like
Yeah.
one of them
I guess, yeah,
is
burning
basically
away
like
and
burning,
just
almost
burning.
like cauterizing a wound, and then the other one is that it doesn't regenerate because it's simultaneously be eaten by the acid.
There's a good amount of enemies in 5e that have regeneration. Like vampires have regeneration.
Yeah.
A lot of the planetars and solars.
But interesting is that like at least with vampires, if you get them out in the sun, you're laughing. Like if you don't have fire or acid with a troll,
well, no,
kind
if
of-
you get vampires out in
that won't-
running water, yeah,
but that
as
won't
well.
kill them. I think to kill a vampire, because it'll just go into its misty form, I'm pretty sure, and like go back to
You
its
gotta go
resting
to
place.
its
Even a
resting
stake
place.
won't kill it.
You've got to do it. Yeah, you've got to do a wooden stake.
You have
in
to
the
kill
resting
it
place.
at 0 hit points in running water or in sunlight.
In
I'm pretty
running
sure.
water?
You need
Running
to
water.
destroy their
You need to destroy.
Yes,
They'll
you could bring
always
their
go back.
coffin, but only in running water. You need to bring the. No, I'm
No,
pretty
you
sure.
can destroy the
So
coffin in its entirety.
In running water, the women are surprisingly quiet on this monster talk here.
I dipped out, if I'm honest.
in running water,
I
they
know
take, they
different
take
vampire
damage.
lore, but I don't know the official.
Yeah,
society
they
of
take damage
vampires.
constantly
Do they
in
sparkle
water.
by any chance?
They do if you cast fairy fire on them. But yeah, they take damage in water if they're in water constantly. And in sunlight, they have disadvantage on their shit. But to kill them proper, you need to stake them at 0 hit points in their resting place. Otherwise, they'll just keep gaseous forming back.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer lied to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been this week's episode of Trivia Treats.
Trivia for you. Apparently, Dolly Parton was a ghost funder for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Very nice.
Why was she like a Joss Whedon fan or
I think as a strong female figure on TV fan.
fair?
Cool. They're considering doing a 9 to 5 sequel.
Working.
And
6 to like the millennial nightmare.
9 to 5. Yeah. 7 days a week, no days off. Anyway,
And we just banish it in Sheeran's house.
did you say any?
We in a Sheeran house.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's actually what it is. Yeah. Banshees of Inisherin, making you think about life and how much time you've got left. And speaking of time we've got left, why don't we spend the time we've got left playing an improv game?
Yeah.
Let's go out on a limb and for this improv game, make up something that makes life actually worth fucking living.
I'm like half a decade younger than all this, so I got time.
No, we're going to play movie trailer. We're going to have another crack at movie trailer.
Now that we know the rules.
Now that you know the rules, yeah. Basically, we have one narrator who does in a world where something takes a pause, and then 2 other players chime in with enacting that little tidbit, that little tableau, and the narrator continues on and does a roughly 30-second ad for some sort of genre-based film, ending with the film title. Okay. Who wants to narrate? You know what? Fuck it. We'll just leave the narration open. But if you do the narration, do it in your best movie voice. So the format is starting with In a World and ending with the title, peppering in tidbits of the scenes in between, explosion noises, whatever you want to do.
What's our category?
I was going to ask Caleb. Caleb, what is a film that you've loved in the last 10 years? Don't say Guardians of the Galaxy because it's a flawed film.
And not Nightmare Before Christmas, because we know it's not that one.
Yeah. Oh, Caleb, what do you think of stop motion?
Fucking hate stop motion, but we don't have time.
Everybody write in. Everybody write in.
We don't have time to discuss.
tell us
it.
how much you hate Caleb.
I'll fucking fight him right here.
Caleb@gmail.com.
You can give us a genre,
I will go-
genre of film,
I will
like
go-
rom-com or horror.
I will
or-
go with the last movie I watched. I think was The Menu. So maybe we'll go with some kind of
psychological thriller.
yeah, kind of thriller, kind of vibe.
Okay. Psychological thriller. And can you give us just one word, any word at all, to stoke the juicy brains of these improvisers?
Doubt.
Okay. Doubt. Psychological thriller.
That isn't the movie Doubt.
That isn't the movie Doubt. Yeah.
Is there a psychological thriller called Doubt?
There is.
It's not
really
like a thriller, but it's a psychological drama.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
like did it happen or didn't it happen? This priest played brilliantly by Syphilis Hoffman.
I got you.
Yeah.
Did he have syphilis?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay.
No. Just a lot of heroin. Poor guy. Rest in peace, man. We love Philip Seymour Hoffman here. Write in if you're a Philip Seymour Hoffman fan.
Just write in.
Why?
Please.
What is that going to do?
Just write in, please.
Just say, I love Philip Seymour Hoffman. And we'll be like, me too. Cool. Me too, my guy. Me too. Begin.
Do it. Entertain me.
Hey, Caleb. Here's the popcorn. I know you like popcorn.
Oh,
Can't
thank
wait for
you.
the trailers to start.
Yeah. Oh.
Jake, put the scissors away.
Put the scissors
Hey,
away.
Jake, there's a hole in this.
There's no hole.
There's a hole in this
No,
popcorn bag.
there's no
What
hole.
are you doing?
No, that's
Jake.
that's accidental. It's accidental. That's butter. I swear that's butter. The trailers are
infected, Jacob.
The trailers are the best part. What are you guys doing here? Caleb and I were just going to sit and watch a movie.
Oh, hey, guys.
Are you here too?
Is this the improv?
In a world when you wake up looking like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I didn't look like this last night. It doesn't even sound like I didn't even look like this last night. This is weird.
Whoa, babe.
it's-
Why are all these drugs out here? I don't understand.
And drugs are legal in all states across the world. We cut across and see two long-lost relatives.
Jerry!
Amanda? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? It's been such a long time.
It's been so long.
What they don't see is Philip Seymour Hoffman following both of them.
Let's go get coffee.
How's it peeping? How's it peeping, Tommy? Sweetheart, those are the ones that I get my drugs from.
Oh yeah, I'm just in town doing a little bit of business. I think we should definitely meet up for a coffee sometime.
I think their drugs turned me into this Philip Seymour Hoffman lookalike.
How are we going to crack this?
Dum dum. Philip Seymour Hoffman in The Stalker at Midnight.
Give me the drugs!
Excellent.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it. Yeah.
I would too.
Does that sound like Seymour Hoffman? What? Sounded a lited a bit.
Didn't sound like him in Capote, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We only speak well of the dead.
So if you are a Philip Seymour Hoffman fan, don't write
Tell us
in.
how accurate that was. We're going to do one more. Let's get another genre, Caleb.
Let's go for the classic. Let's go for the rom-com trailer.
We got a rom-com trailer, and give us another word.
Peaches. You said any word. Any word.
You did.
You
I
said
did.
any word, Caleb.
I'm just thinking of the last romance that had a peach in it. And then thinking about eating. And it all ties back to Armie Hammer. Okay.
Okay.
So,
I'm lost on that one, to be honest.
I don't know.
Call me by your name.
Call Me By Your Name, Timothy Chalamet fucked a peach.
He fucked a peach?
I
Yeah.
That's just
seen that
copying
movie.
American Pie. Come on.
Armie Hammer's in it. And Armie
But it was
Hammer.
done so artistically.
Yeah. Not like Green Knight, where it just straight up has a shot of cum on Alicia Vikander's hand.
I think I fell asleep before that part.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, massive film fans here. We're going to kick off with a rom-com, and the keyword was not cum, it was
Peaches.
Peaches.
And cream.
In a world filled with quirky anthropomorphic fruits.
Well, hello there, everybody. How is it going?
Oh, this is just the banana living his day-to-day life.
Whoa! Oh, banana, stop leaving your droppings everywhere. I keep slipping on them.
Oh, sorry there, you beautiful peach.
This isn't psychological thriller again, Michael.
I'm just going to have a reach around.
Grandma?
Doop-bop, doop-dop, doop-dop.
Against all odds, will these two different phyla of fruit fall in love?
Oh, I'm a stone fruit, and you're not. How are we ever going to cross these boundaries?
I think we just got to start peeling back
Peeling back what?
the outside layers. But not everything goes well when things sour up when the citrus come into town.
Oh.
Banana and a peach? That's gross.
So gross.
You're so gross.
Lemon lime is classic.
Yeah, lemon
without
lime
my
is
skin,
fine.
It's burning my flesh. What am I going to do without my skin? You said it wouldn't hurt without my skin.
Well, we just gotta squeeze some lemon and lime on it, and then it'll feel nice.
This summer, come see Passion Fruit, a love story.
Oh. I love you, Peaches.
I feel like that was moving into a psychological thriller again.
It's like a horrifying Veggie Tales.
You know what? I tried.
Did well. Speaking of trying, why don't we try play some D&D?
Leader of the Mind Flare.
In our last session,
You guys ended up. This is difficult. Wow, man.
right? It's a lot of pressure.
Okay. Don't undermine me. In your last session, Bias and Azorith ran into the.
No!
Fuck
it up!
Ran into the mayoral quarters. Oh, whoops! I mean mayoral quarters. Was that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Mayoral quarters. You followed the baddies in there. As you went in there, you noticed noise coming from behind the door. As the door opened, you saw Mayor Dowdall.
You're shit.
Mayor Dowdall
Boo, get him out.
lying on the ground there.
Come on, that's
with
not nice.
Nym, daggers in hands. You proceeded to battle with Nym before turning him into a Ninja Turtle. At least I put fucking puns in here, Caleb.
When did you think of that one?
On the walk
This
home with Danny.
afternoon, yeah.
Oh, nice, solid.
Literally,
Turtle.
as I was taking that jam
Yeah.
video for you. Yeah. Anyway, you turned him into a turtle. You turned and you returned to the balls, as you should. As you came back to the balls, Safirith, Agenar were battling with these darker clad men who seemed to be intent on slaughtering the Bailmen. Indeed, they had. Ayarwen fighting, Bucky fighting. Many of you dropped, many of you didn't drop. Your good friend Etterath came in through the back door. As he came in through the back door, he aided this fight.
Nice.
As the baddies seemed to leave, as they left, Etterath was dropped a couple of times and revived. Agenar was dropped once and revived. And as the baddies ran out the front door, Azorith fucked their shit up with a fireball after they looked at him and kind of said, "Let's get out of here." While this was happening, Bias went around back of the balls.
Say what now?
Bias went round back of the balls to find what appears to be a blood streak leading to the trees, where you found Pierrup Sachs in his arms. You proceeded to prompt Pierrup to remember, and with an astonishing saving throw, he kind of looked at you with a little bit of abject horror. Housekeeping. You remember, you guys, you have exhaustion. So you have disadvantage on your ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend Agenar, after being revived, you are exhausted. 1 point of exhaustion. And
I'm not frightened anymore, though, right?
Etterath, after dropping twice, you have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Jeez.
And something is buzzing over your body with these 2 levels of exhaustion. We will get to you. Bias. You're there, Pierrup in front of you, clutching Sachs with arrows coming out of her sternum. The blood leaking all around her. She seems to be completely out of it. Pierrup is pulling back from you as you attempted to cast this spell on him. What would you like to do?
Oh, fuck. I just thought of something second I could have done. I am, first of all, I'm going to, to my God, and say, and say, just give me this fucking one, and do Harness Divine Power and regain a 2nd level spell slot as a bonus action.
Nice. This energy comes to you. It is both life and death. It fills your spell slot.
And feeling that life and death, I'm gonna grab Pierrup by both shoulders, point them down at Sachs, and cast Command again, and command to heal.
Command.
Pierrup.
Got you. Okay. What is the saving throw for this command?
It's not great. You got to roll in that one, basically. It is.
Maybe this will be great for a photo.
A wisdom 15.
Sorry.
Wisdom 15.
That's cocked.
Oh, that's cocked.
That's the most cocked die
that's
I've
a
ever
cocked
seen.
it.
Oh. That is a 16.
You pay.
As you kind of jab into him and command him to heal, he kind of looks at you, his eyes wide and kind of eyes you up and down, drags Sax even further away and says, Pierre-Loup.
That's my action. That's my bonus action. As a move action, can I just...
We're in role play. You can do whatever you want, my man.
Shit. Okay. Well, if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to. And I just like rake his back to get his blood and just start drinking his blood.
Jesus.
Okay. You rake his back. He shouts out in pain. Can you roll an attack roll for me?
An attack roll.
Uh-huh.
This is on Pierre-Loup?
This is on Pierre-Loup.
Yep. That is a 10 with my claws.
As your claws rake into him, his skin seems to bulk out and reinforce. There's some sort of sheen, this yellowy golden sheen as you try to rake your claws in, and you can't pierce his flesh.
Nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, nails on a chalkboard. In fact, your nails like dull ever so slightly as you rake down him. And Pierre-Loup is kind of up standing. He doesn't know what to do. He's frail, he's thin, he's skinny, and he looks terrified of you. He kind of looks back out to the mist, looks to you. Pierre-Loup. Sax on the ground there.
You're just as useless as I have been. I have nothing I can do. I am out. Honestly, I might try one more time to do that.
Go for it. You step to him. He kind of raises his hands in defense.
I think Luke's going to find out a little bit more what Pierre-Loup can do.
It's just something to get him
Etterath's
doing
getting a
something
new pair
useless.
of turtle skin boots.
What'd you?
That would be an 8.
You're trying to command? Oh, to rake him?
I have no more spells.
Unfortunately, you rake down him. Can you go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me as his eyes blink and this blinding light shoots from them?
Saving throw can 16.
16. Okay. Your eyes blink as this light sears your eyeballs, your cheeky little eyeballs. As they do, for a moment you are blinded. You can't see anything. And when you blink, Pierre-Loup has kind of backed away from you, his eyes glowing, and he kind of clutches at them. There's kind of sizzling coming from behind.
Good. Let it come out. Remember. And I'm going to double claw it. No, I'm going to swing my hammer.
Ooh. Okay, go ahead and swing your hammer.
Force him to remember. Remember. I'm purposely not trying to hit him. That's a 9.
9. You miss again, and this time his whole body bursts with this radiant energy. Can you go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Nope, all dice are hitting me tonight. That's a 9.
Okay. You take 17 points. Yikes. 17 points of fire damage, and on top of that, you take 10, 15, 16 points of radiant damage. As this burst,
I'm unconscious.
Bias, you drop unconscious, and we cut away from you. Back inside Balls.
You just hear.
All your limbs go inside your shell when you go unconscious.
The shell just stays there.
It's like when you kill a Cooper in Mario. He's walking around in a diaper now. He's like, as we cut back inside, Bucky breathing heavily, Mistress Ayarwen there with the glaive, looking at you all. You need to know when to stop. You need to learn when the battle is lost. Are you okay? Looking at all of you.
Yes, I think so. Are you okay?
I am fine. I wouldn't have lived with myself if everyone in this fucking building got slaughtered. At this point, Azorith, you're coming in through the front door. We need to account for whoever's here, whoever's safe. We need to move quickly. Secure this, secure the town. Can I count on you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Azorith, you step on in. Immediately, Bucky, bow and arrow out at you. Ayarwen looks at Bucky and then kind of holds her glaive out.
It's all right. Those 3 that just left won't be getting very far. Where's Bias?
I don't know. Wasn't he with you?
Well, yes, we sort of took care of everything at City Hall, and you guys hadn't returned or met us, so we thought we would come help you, and we decided to...
Took care of things at City Hall.
Does the name Nym ring a bell?
Yes.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Well, this is not bias. This is
He's just on the ground unconscious, like.
and Azorith will pull out the little turtle.
This is not biased.
This is Nym.
That doesn't look like Nym,
Well,
no.
it'll be Nym for an hour.
Did you get anything out of him? Any information?
No, I had
God, I
to.
got fucking hit in the head so hard. What the fuck did you just say?
It was Nym. It was Nym. Nym was, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Nym wasn't a turtle, no.
No, Nym was this unimpressive elf-like
Right,
fellow.
yes, that's Nym.
Yes, this is, well, I was able to subdue him in this and
Right.
just kind of avoid the little snapping mouth.
And how did you know that? How did you know that he was behind this?
I didn't.
So you just turned him into a turtle just because?
Well, I mean, I didn't know he was behind us before, but it was his voice.
Wait,
Oh,
in the
he
stone.
was the one who was
The
speaking to you.
voice.
what happened in the mayoral quarters?
The mayor's passed
Past what?
away, rather violently due to this little guy. So,
Due to Nym.
yes.
Nym was his friend.
Well, Nym has not been honest,
You haven't been honest.
and I'm trying to make right by that Buckanov. Bias and I, we split up, and I was coming through the front, and he was going through the back of Bowls.
Oh, shit, round back up. We gotta go.
We're good.
We gotta go.
Well, we should, we need to make sure that everybody's,
Was there anyone left alive in the
alive in here. If there might be.
There is no one alive in here.
Okay.
The fire is kind of raging through. You see bodies around you on the ground. The receptionist out front there. The rest of the town. How's the rest of the town?
How did the rest of the town look on the way over?
Scarred and people running and screaming, but as far as you could tell, you didn't see any more of those black-clad figures.
Well, when I arrived here, it seemed to have been quieting down a bit. I think that, well, if there are any survivors from the attack, then they've ran off.
Bucky? Yeah? Lock down Balls. Keep a straight face. Lock down Balls. I'm going to move to the mayoral quarters. I'm going to alert Chief Homduk and let him know that his assistance may be needed here, or that there may be trouble heading his way. Can I count on you to help Bucky secure Balls? Straight face. Secure Balls. Make sure everything's okay.
Yes.
We really should
Yes.
stop holding public town hall meetings to name things.
It was a vote.
Well, we should probably put the fires out.
Yes, put the fires out. Do what
Right.
you can.
Okay.
Sax is out there with Pierre-Loup hiding. I will rendezvous with her as soon as possible.
Okay.
I'll be back. She kind of strides out, swinging the glaive, walking past.
Etterath, what is it? Your face says that you know something.
We need to get out back quick.
Okay. Can I get a little more information?
Is this a come take a look at this cliche?
Maybe.
Come take a look at
Don't
this.
judge me.
Okay.
It's cliche for a reason.
Agnar,
Oh, okay.
Agnar, if I go with Etterath, can you and Azorith?
Yes, I can.
Wait, well, it depends. Would I be useful out back?
Maybe.
talking, more
Yeah.
walking.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. You put out fires and we'll go see what we're going to go see.
Okay.
And I will put Nym back in the little satchel.
Shut
up, you.
Whoop. You put him back in. Time's ticking down with that. Just so you know, not too much at this point. It's only been like 5 minutes, but you got an hour. You run through the corridor, almost slipping on the blood that's kind of slick on the floor. There's like that gym sneaker, kind of like as you kind of run through around the corner. You burst the door open, the back door of Balls.
Were any of
open.
us staying back?
Sorry, I'm staying with you. Put out fires, and you two are going.
As you burst open the back door of Balls, you see in the trees there, you see a slumped figure, legs on the ground. You see Bias's shell-like body there, and you see Pierre-Loup over the top. He looks up. His hands are glowing. Bias, 37 points of healing.
Oh.
No, I didn't mean heal me.
Pierre-Loup kind of
should have been more
looks.
specific.
Pierre-Loup kind of looks up meekly. His hands fizzle out from him. The glow fizzles out from his hands. He looks up and says, Pierre-Loup, Pierre-Loup, and kind of gestures to the body of Sax and the body of Bias, who comes to.
Oh. I meant heal her, not heal me.
What the fuck is going on out here?
Pierre-Loup. You see the body of Sax lean up against a tree.
Oh
arrows in her
no.
chest.
I'm going to run to it and initially just as I'm running prep, spare the dying touch.
Excellent. You run forward, you lay your hands on Sax. How does your spare the dying look and work?
You just see a kind of similar to what Pierre, I guess. Just like a sunlighty kind of glow to the hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as that sunlighty glow to the hands, you trace her wounds, you keep your hands over where the arrows hit. There is no change.
Oh.
Her eyes are glassy, open, and you look across. Pierre his eyes are darting between her, Etterath, and Bias, and his eyes are glassy with tears, and he's kind of shrugging back from your group a little bit. Pierre, kind of slowly towards the mist.
Pierre, what happened?
Pierre, he gestures to Etterath and gestures to the body of the assassin that has the bow lying next to them. Gestures to Sax. Pierre, and then gestures to himself, the kind of blood down him that leaked from Sax. Points at Bias. Jaw set, he goes, Pierre, and then he looks to you, Bias, and his gaze softens ever so slightly, and he kind of holds out a hand and says, Pierre.
Okay.
Remember, you daft idiot.
Got a hard shell, Bias. You got a hard shell.
I was a little too late.
She was already dead when you got here.
Not quite.
I see.
We swing back inside in this action moment to see Azorith and Safirith just kind of standing there, both of you looking up at this corridor that's just filling with flames. Just
So I don't actually have any way to put out fire.
I sort of figured, but anyways.
I'm kind of more of a fire maker, not
yeah,
a fire putter outer. But
I can try and tame a little bit of it, and Azorith will using a combination of prestidigitation to put out any like sort of smaller flames or like kind of control the spread of them, and Ray of Frost. I'll just kind of be trying to.
Yeah. It is a very ineffective way of putting out the fire, but you are spending a lot of time and a lot of energy on this. At this point, it is raging. As you're kind of prestidigitating, when like a little embers, you're like, no, and then you're like, Ray of Frost. Bah! And as the Ray of Frost comes over, the frost melts pretty quickly and kind of drops into this like this sizzle of frosty water. And eventually, after a fair bit of time,
I just go into a corner and empty my water skin into like a tiny corner.
And start peeing. Just take a squat.
No, I haven't drank anything today.
How much time does that take?
This would take around like 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. Like you can just keep doing it. It is not going down. The balls are on fire.
Great balls of fire.
Goodness gracious.
I can't. It's too much. It's too much for me.
Well, then we did our best, but I don't think there's anything we can do to put this out. So I don't know. All we can do is look for other people in the building as we leave, and
the entryway collapses.
Well, not through the front door.
Go out the back.
Okay.
You run through the corridors.
Azorith, Safirith, it's collapsing. We gotta go.
We're coming.
You guys run through the corridor out the back, right as the roof of the balls collapses in, and there's just this big towering inferno where balls once were. You run out, Azorith, Safirith. You see in front of you your party. You see
Safirith, gonna be okay.
Sax on the ground, arrows in her, and Pierre in somewhat of a standoffish kind of state, not too far from Agenar.
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. If I'd gotten here earlier, maybe, but...
I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about Ayarwen. Shh.
Agenar, it's not your fault. The god of life and death is unbiased and takes what he wants when he wants.
Just a little bit away from the group, I'm just going to grab Azorith's forearm and just like pull him back a little bit, and just very quietly I'm just going to say, did you know when this would happen?
No.
Look me in the eyes and swear that you did not know when this would happen.
I swear, I don't know when it was going to happen. I didn't even know if it was going to happen. I didn't know what their plan was.
2 arrows catch the corners of your clothing, Azorith, and kind of pin the tree beside you as Bucky comes around the corner, knocking another 2 arrows. Talk now.
All right, I get it, Buchanov. But if you hurt me, you risk releasing Nym again, and he can get away. I understand. All right, I get it.
Bucky, I believe him.
Sprinkle delight, Bucky. This one fought Nym on his own.
Bucky looks at you, Bias, and says, Sprinkle delight?
For a little bit. A slice. Not a whole cake, just a slice.
Nods curtly and just marches off in the direction of the town hall.
Without saying anything, I'll just pull the 2 arrows out of the tree from beside him and walk back to the group.
Looks for any
It's just a quick little... It's 2 arrows hit again. And Bucky just looks at you and does the 2 eyes to his eyes, 2 eyes to your eyes.
Oh, so he did mean to miss. That's good to know.
All right.
And he walks away.
You can deal with those ones yourself.
Good thing you didn't hit
He just rips through them. Right, speaking of the turtle, I only got a few moments left on this, so we should... If you want any information about him, through him?
Is there a way to bind him so he'll stay bound when he comes back to his regular form?
I'm open to options. I don't know. Is there a prison here or something?
I'm pretty sure everything is burnt, so I don't know if there's anything we can necessarily use.
There might be a jail or something we could look for.
Well, I don't think he's I think he's pretty tired out, so I don't think if he has any abilities, I don't think he's got many left, so...
I would not bet on that.
Just saying, if we have to let him out and just tie him up or something, it's an option.
True. I mean...
I think
we should tie him up in a cage or something like we did with, or not like we did, but like what happened at the,
Whilst Bias and I were in the town hall, one of the other assassins had mentioned something about ships. He said we better be gone by the time the ships arrive, so my bet is that this was phase 1, to secure a landing for the ships, and I don't know how long the ships would take to get here. I don't know how long ago they left, but Nym probably has the answers.
Well, I think Mistress Ayarwen should probably hear about that. That sounds like very important. Why didn't you lead with that?
I was getting shot by arrows, and there's a lot going on.
All right.
So I think the information is going to just come out as it's supposed to.
Another arrow just misses the top of your head. Somewhere in the town where Bucky's just...
Bring Nym. Let's go find Bucky and Mistress Ayarwen. And
right. Not much of balls to secure anymore, so...
No, and hopefully I'm sure she can help us securing Nym. She's quite powerful, and I'm sure she'll want to ask him some questions as well, so...
Okay.
I'm going to go over and to Sax's body and take out... And Azor has having that conversation. Or this happened when they were doing their water stuff.
Yeah.
Empty my water jug.
Ineffective.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to take out the
I want to
arrows.
be a water genasi so bad.
Kind of take them out. They're lodged in there pretty deep.
Yeah, if I have to push them through, I will. But
why didn't I prepare?
Snap
Tidal
back,
wave.
push them through. Yeah, gotcha.
Gonna start to do sort of death rites, funeral rites for preparation of the body, where any of my past targets kind of thing, after I killed them, I had to prep them for the god. I'm going to start to kind of do that.
Yeah.
Like take a little water thing out, wash the face, wash the wounds. And then as we go to move, I'm going to pick up the body and take it with me.
No, she stays with me.
All right, you take her, fine.
We should bring
Lift her up.
her with us, though.
Okay. You go to move away.
Azorith will just kind of be like looking at Pierre-Roup, just being like, what? Like thinking to himself.
Pierre-Roup is standing there. He's not following.
Pierre-Roup, you should come with us to find Mistress Ayarwen. I don't think you'll be safe by yourself here.
Pierre-Roup. He kind of gestures to Etterath and gestures to Bias and gestures to Sax. Pierre-Roup?
The man can look after himself, to be honest. If he wants to stay here, he can stay here.
I suggest coming with us.
We probably don't want anybody else to find him. They might use him for...
Can I get persuasion roll with advantage from you, Agenar?
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Pierrup looks at you, Etterath, looks at you, Agenar, and he kind of trots on over to you, Agenar, making sure he keeps Bias away from him. He puts you between him and Bias. Okay.
Okay.
That he remembers. Great.
Bias.
What?
Okay.
What? Why are you shaking your head at me?
Agnar says nothing and just
Someone's hungry.
trotting off.
Someone's stomach must be growling.
As you guys trot off the burning balls behind you, you head back to the main street. You see what look to be various individuals, various Asimir, Vidalcan, Furbolg, Dragonborn, Ganassi, Geth, Goliath, Half-Orc, Yuan-Ti. You see various individuals moving about the town cautiously, kind of making sure people that have tripped over have been lifted up. Like, it seems like a town kind of calming down from the craziness. And indeed, you see a bunch of people running with buckets out from around behind one of the buildings where you guess maybe there's a well or something, and then they run out and toss them on the ball's fire. But at this point, it's too far gone, and the bodies in there are all definitely lost.
Do we come out the front?
You come around the back of the Balls Academy and all the different huts there. You're on like the tree line, mist line, and all the other places there. And as you kind of walk between various wooden huts, you make your way back out onto the main street where you and Bias ran straight at the town hall.
Could I see the remains of the fireball area? Is that close by?
Yeah, as you come around the side of the buildings, you look back at the front of Balls, and you can see that your fireball kind of clipped the beginning of the building. There's an enormous black scorch mark across the earth, and 3 kind of curled hand figures that are just like on the ground there.
Completely charred.
They're completely charred,
okay.
yeah. They're like, yeah, completely crispy fried.
So tasty.
So tasty. You guys, where are you heading?
Any sign of battle anywhere?
Make a perception check for me.
Ooh, 14. I should have been using you. 14 plus perception. 19.
Doesn't seem to be any sounds of battle.
Does it seem there's any like group or like where people are gathering, like as we're walking through the town?
People are gathering at the Balls Academy to try and stop the fire. There are various bodies out from the Balls Academy. They're the people that got shot with arrows. People are kind of turning them over and kind of similar to the way Bias kind of prepared them. They're kind of laying their arms across themselves and kind of lining them up next to each other. Like they can.
We could go to town hall and.
I think that's where Ayarwen said that she was going.
Anyone seen Mistress Ayarwen?
So she was heading for the mayor's office.
Yes, she did see that.
Yeah, someone trots past and she's like, "The mayor's in the mayor's office. I gotta go put out this fire."
I hesitate to say thank you, but thank you.
You see a very small boy with an enormous bucket on his head, and the bucket's kind of sloshing over.
Oh, God blimey! Oh, it's a raging fire! Oh no! Help!
Don't worry, Pip. We found the rest of the boys and girls. You're not going to be on your own soon.
Oh, that's so good. Maybe they can work some of these jobs, and then I could be a real boy again.
Pip, get yourself over here!
I'm good.
You see, as Pip runs over, while he's got the bucket on his head, they literally just pick up Pip and the bucket at the same time and toss him and sit him back on the ground and go, 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 and kind of pat him on the back, and he runs back to the well.
Quite frankly, I don't know if they need more.
Imagine a whole 15 to 20 kids all with buckets on their head just getting picked up and tossed at the fire and then sat back down and sent off.
Maybe if we did bring the kids, we could have stopped the fire.
Child labor. Put out the fire.
Saved the balls.
If I had a couple of spell slots, I have create and destroy water.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I do.
Very handy. You make your way over to the mayoral offices. As you head up the steps there, head down the corridor. The door to the mayoral office is open. You can see that the chair is still tipped over. Mistress Ayarwen is kind of leaning over the body, like crouched down, leaning over the body, like CSI style. Her glaive strapped to her back. As you pass the offices, you indeed see the 2 guys that you completely fucked up.
Eviscerated.
Yeah. And as you trot on through with
garden training.
with around 40 minutes left on your polymorph, I'll say, you make your way into the offices of the recently departed Mayor Dowdall Adkis. As you step in, Mr. Ayarwen looks up. As you step in, immediately to your left, you see Bucky kind of standing there in the corner, kind of a little bit shell-shocked, like someone who's seen their first battle and the adrenaline's starting to wear off. Come in.
Before we all come in, Mr. Ayarwen.
Yeah.
You might want to prepare yourself.
Looks at each of you in turn.
The light of life has left Sykes, and I'll just wave. Etterath to come in.
I would have been slowly trailing behind, limping.
She looks up. She kind of face drops, tilts her head a little bit, and just goes, "No."
Ayarwen is cruel. He has no prejudice for who he takes.
This is not a god's doing. This is a person's doing. She
In
gets
the
up,
name of a god.
walks around the table, kind of holds her arms out to you, Etterath, as if to take the body.
I'm sorry. Sorry I couldn't help her.
Just gives you a look of hurt, of pain, of fucking anger, but no blame, and scoops the body, lays her down, right near Bucky, actually. Lays her down, kind of leans down. Who prepared her?
That'd be me.
She leans down, gives Sykes a gentle kiss on the forehead, gentle kiss on the lips. Takes a moment. We don't have a lot of time to act. Whatever's happened here is the beginning of something. You points at Azorith, tips the mayor's chair up, the turtle. Now.
Pulls it out of the satchel, walks over on the chair, on the desk. Would you?
The chair.
Put him on the chair. And I'll just take like a few steps back into the corner.
She pulls out her glaive, and kind of using only the glaive as it pointed at the tip pointed at the turtle's shell, kind of drags it across and pushes it up into a corner.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And says, "If you wouldn't mind."
Wait. Tell her about the ships first, so she has the information before she asks questions.
Buck goes down the hole, mentioned something about ships. Something about we should be gone from here by the time the ships arrive. And I'll... Ready?
We sent a bird for Chief Humduk, but fuck knows how long that's going to take. You know birds in this place.
All right. And I will just kind of snap and then drop the concentration.
You drop the concentration and Nym, in his elven form, appears. He immediately grabs for his daggers and she goes shing, shing, and slices him under the armpits with her glaive. Shing, shing, and he goes, "Ah!" And she takes a step back and says, "Somebody talk to him or I'll gut him." And she steps back. And Nym is there, kind of arms slightly limp, blood gushing from him. Not fatal wounds, but pretty fucking nasty. And he looks up and he says, "Old friends, dear adventurers."
Hi, Nym.
Wish we could say it's nice to see you, but it's fucking not. I'm just going to keep an Eldritch Blast, like, ready in my hand.
And Azorith is going to cast Detect Thoughts for now. Just get surface thoughts.
He is plotting and calculating. He is looking at each of you for a weapon, for a way out. He's literally just glancing around, looking for a gap in the room. That's all you're getting on his surface thoughts right now, like survival, survival, survival.
Nym, was it? Don't do anything stupid. I know everything you're about to do before you even do it.
You know my voice, and now you know my name. How about yours, comrade?
I'm going to go pick up the daggers.
The daggers are on him.
I want to take the daggers off him.
Okay. You go, you take the daggers off him. You take one just plain looking dagger. You take one that seems to have a bit of a tracing of runes on it. And it kind of buzzes and kind of like a glitched TV image in your hand.
Azorith will just sort of turn away, cross his arms, and kind of lightly pace around.
You are aware that this one works for the same person I do, right? How come he is not in the chair?
Well, he's proven himself, but you haven't yet. You have a chance to, though. We might just let you live. We haven't decided, though.
Just like your friend here. Let me live. You're a bully. You're a hypocrite.
What, you led us into the mist without guidance? I led you into the mist without guidance. I think it was kind of fair.
You accuse me of secrets, and you have your own secrets, and you kick me out. Ayarwen strides across. Glaive slices him under the kneecap, like around the back, and fuck! Answer their questions. I'll take your fucking head.
When are they coming?
And I will probe deeper into his mind on the first question.
What's my save and throw, my boy?
15 wisdom.
15 wisdom. He has +0 to his wisdom saving throw.
I don't like that smile. I don't like that smile.
Man,
take a picture.
If we caught that. As you probe deeper into his mind, there is a fog of shadow that is both familiar and foreign to you. eerie. You hate it. To push through it is, and as you push through that fog, you get images of ships, dozens of galleons moving across the ocean. You get a bird's eye view of what looks like Jekyll, the Severian coast, the ships moving across. You spins across and you get images of him on various sending stones, sending orders. You get what seems to be a need for a bailman, only one bailman, and Nim's mind is open to you.
You in?
I don't know if anyone would have known if I probed deep.
Okay, great.
If you cast the spell, they would know you have cast a spell,
Okay.
unless you have meta magic to hide it.
So, yeah.
I probably wouldn't know what the spell was. So
Yeah.
I'll just, with this dagger, I'm going to go to him and say, you asked him if you work for the same person. You didn't ask me. And I'm going to pull out the coin and hold the coin that I gave Mr. Ayarwen.
Mm.
And I was like, Mr. Can I get that coin back? Do you have it on you?
Flicks it to you.
Do I catch it?
Yes, you do. For drama
catch it.
purposes.
And I hold it to him and like, now do we work for the same person?
And this is your coin to do with your...
Ayarwen.
Looks
the
at
god.
it.
Yeah.
Looks at it. It's a frown. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm going to hold the dagger to his knee and be like, what do you think the answer?
It's a fucking coin. I know nothing about the deities. Azorith, in his mind, he is perplexed at this question. He seems to truly not know what the hell the coin is, or even give a shit about Orin.
Bias, if he is serving your god, he doesn't know it. It's probably the same thing with Briganti.
And I asked when.
When?
When are they coming?
You, Azorith, in his mind, as he kind of stares down Safirith, refusing to answer, you get a ping of some sort of almost alchemical burst, something exploding on the shoreline. And as that alchemical burst, that purple, or not purple, that bluey kind of yellowy burst, the ships turn and immediately head towards the coastline. You gather that this is some sort of signal that he has to let them know it is okay to enter.
On
his mind kind of goes
islands,
and you watch as his mind flickers to the inside pocket of his vest there.
I'll sort of walk over and just pull whatever's out.
Small vial, very, very small vial of what looks to be a viscous liquid inside, a bluey yellowy. As you tilt it back and forth, the vial itself gets very, very warm, almost like a nitroglycerin mixture. That you're like, oh, okay.
Now, how'd you know that was there?
Because he is one of us, obviously. He knows these things.
And I think he's reading your mind.
Impossible.
Oh, great. Then I'll ask a question.
I am a fortress. And you see in
Don't
his head
think
just
of
like, oh yeah, go for
Don't
it.
think of a purple elephant.
What? There's no, and you see.
What was it?
Bias, stop distracting him, please. It's hard enough to follow along.
The ships turn into purple elephants and then start to drown.
And then shut the fuck up, would you, please?
Right. Now, one final question. What's the... For
You
me,
and your questions. You
Yeah,
love your
one que- I
questions.
love
You
questions.
question all the time. Has anyone questioned you about
Well, I have one more. And then
you say that and you always come out with more.
Okay.
When we were in the midst of that
That's
time.
usually how questions work. They give more answers, less questions. You know what I mean.
Less questions, more answers?
Yes, the one.
Wait.
Before I hand you over to the weirdly silent fellow behind me and the other silent woman next to him, what was the next step of this plan?
The next step was to claim the land.
That's the overall goal, but what was the next step? Now remember, the person
ships
on the floor.
hit the shores, the foots hit
Hey.
the ground.
Shut up, Nim.
Fuck. The soldiers march on in. It happened once before.
They were going to use
Happened
this as a signal. It's very seemingly volatile. So as long as this doesn't go up, I don't think it's safe for them to land.
So they haven't used it yet. They're not here yet.
Not unless someone else has another one of these as a contingency plan. I'm not sure.
And did you have a way to signal them if it wasn't safe?
The plan works or it doesn't. They will wait. They're always waiting.
But how would they make it through the mists?
With a bailman, and his eyes flicker to Bucky. Bucky kind of steps back a little bit. We needed but one.
Mistress Ayarwen, how many bailmen are left?
Oh shit, we left one back in the village.
As far as I know, only Bucky.
And, well, we did meet one who, in Kron, and he's there with the children. Or he was there with the children.
Nim's.
So he wasn't here, so
Agenar.
he's not...
Nim's eyes widen.
Oh.
Ayarwen looks at you and says, if there are ships on the shores, there are people waiting to invade. Chief Khamduk is on his way. He is a worthy successor to Mayor Dal Adkis, but more must be done. Allies must be called, or the head of this terrifying invasion must be sliced off.
After you. If you want to do it, here's one head.
He is not the head.
He's one of them. Not all heads have to be the top head.
You cut off the lower heads, and you lose the ability to gain information about the top heads.
As they're talking, I'm just going to walk in really close to Nim and say, I'd like that sending stone, please.
Which one?
Oh, all of them. Everything you have on you. And you can hand it to me, or I can take them. It's
You
up to
truly think I have dozens of sending stones on me?
Oh, I'm sure you've got
Bag of
sneaky
rocks.
little pockets everywhere, but I would like you to hand them to me.
By all means, search me. You will not find sending stones.
Can I, like, if he's thinking about sending stones, would I be able to
Yeah.
something about where he would have stashed them? Or
You get images of his homestead, a humble homestead here, not too different to what you had back in Kuan. You get images of him almost World War II style, sitting at a table, speaking into one, putting it aside, smashing it. Speaking into one, sending it aside, smashing it, pushing all of the gravel into a pile, and it is there in his homestead still.
think they're gone, Safirith.
I'm going to cast Mind Sliver at him.
Okay, what is the saving throw for Mind Sliver?
15 intelligence.
Okay. That is a 16.
Oh.
As the Mind Sliver hits him, go ahead and roll your damage. Oh, no. Is it a cantrip, Mind Sliver, or is it a leveled spell?
No, it's a cantrip.
Okay, yeah. So
But-
it does not affect him. As you try to pierce his brain, he looks at you and he says, if you're going to kill me, just slit my throat. You'll get no more information out of me.
Hold on, my friend. And I'll put my fingers to his temple and cast Mind Sliver.
Okay. What's the
Fucking
saving
show
throw?
off.
15 intelligence.
He got a dirty 20. He looks at you and he says,
Just wanted to help you out.
Has been fortified. Has yours. You are of elven kind like me. I know why I fight on the side of humans. I'm curious whether your friends have quizzed you on why you fight on the side of humans.
Oh, we haven't gotten around to all our dirty backstories, but I'm sure we will soon.
I'm sure people are clamoring to know about your dirty backstories.
We're all hypocrites one way or another.
What can you tell me about Queen Banrian?
No, always with the questions, huh? Queen Banrian. She is a sovereign on a warpath to raid Bokt of its supplies in order to achieve a greater goal. I have my reasons for supporting her. And you see Azorith in his head, a flash of a dwarven male, beautiful beard. It's essentially Ron Swanson. As that flashes,
Short.
Beautiful man.
you essentially see Nim with this dwarf holding hands. You see the nation, this pockmarked nation of Neodract with explosions and arcana and enormous beasts that are these horrible aberrations and monstrosities. And you see them both standing out over a valley watching this happen, holding hands. And then as you're watching this, your vision kind of clouds and fades. And the dwarven male is ripped from Nim. Nim drops to his knees, screams at the sky. You then see a montage of him trekking across this long, long desert. He seems to be moving past this valley. You see down in the valley, the hasty Rigatash roars past. As he continues onward, he reaches the city of Oyer, this human city of class disparity. Is that the right word? Yeah, class disparity. And as he walks through, essentially being stared at by humans, this war-torn, half-elven man, straight up to the gates of Queen Banrian's castle. And as he kind of hits his fist on it, the vision kind of fades and shifts. He's on his knees in front of, you see these beautiful, beautiful regal feet, like like top shit on WikiFeet. And as his gaze kind of rocks up, there's a blurring, and you see these eyes glowing behind this blur almost. He then sets off from Oyer with what appears to be a bag of holding 2 daggers, nothing more, on a ship, a journey to Bokt, a cafe in Kuan, watching, spots what appear to be a number of travelers at a message board, stands up and walks towards the party.
So you think, because someone took someone you loved, that gives you the right to take other people's loves from them?
I think your total friend here would agree with me. An eye for an eye. No? Am I wrong?
I walk over to not Queen,
she's a queen.
Mistress Ayarwen.
Step on me, Ayarwen.
And I just look at her from 3 feet underneath her head. Look up and be like, I lied to you earlier. The god of life and death is extremely biased. He chooses who he kills. He sends people after the ones he wants in his realm. This might not be the head of everything, but this is the head of the invasion force that killed Sax. And I'll hand her the dagger. I'm like, he's not wrong. An eye for an eye.
She looks at you. She says, your god chooses those to be killed. To what end? Takes the dagger in her hand.
Oh my god.
She steps over to Nym, raises the dagger. And that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Theater of the Mind Flip.
Thanks for listening to Theater of the Mind Flayer.
We go live on all good podcast app every Tuesday at what time?
I don't know. Do you know?
No.
Every time?
All the times, 2 a.m., 7 p.m. If you like what you heard,
Leave us a review on whatever podcast app you're listening to.
and if you didn't like it, then
Then turn it off and never listen to it again.
no, they could turn it on and listen to it again and find something better about it, and they actually like it.
That works.
Reach out to us on Twitter at mindflayer_pod and
Instagram at Theater of the Mind Flayer.